Hello and welcome back to Rollercoaster Tycoon, where, guys, just this you have to know before we get started. Let me just tell you this. So here's what happened. I was uploading the video that I made this weekend, which I couldn't get to upload, which technically for you will be the video of yesterday. I was uploading that and then my keyboard stopped working. Now it's on a battery and well, ever since I got it, there's these batteries in there that came from the factory and I never bothered to change them because I didn't need to. Now I think I have this for, I don't know, 6 years or something. So, I went down, got some batteries and when I got the old ones out, you never knew till when they were valid or what their expiration date was. Yeah, I kid you not. It says March 2019. How crazy is that? I think I have the thing for 6 years. And they say coincidence isn't a thing. Well, I don't know what is, but 2 weeks off basically. I mean, those batteries, man. I don't make them like that no more. Anyway, totally off topic. Back to the thing at hand, which is our park and the fugu ride. Because here, I looked up what the deadly bulletfish dish was, and it's called fugu, which is also illegal in my country. Pussy-ass food authority, if there's one thing that I would like to eat, it is that. Not really, actually, I like good foods, not food that you need to eat for the kick. Well, then again, who am I to judge? I've never eaten it. Anyway, last time we took measures for, the park's vandalism, which became rampant. Has it worked out? Is the big question that I'm very curious to. And I'm just scanning the park here. And so far, I like what I see. So far, no trash cans or benches or anything of the sort seems to be broken. It all seems to be whole. Which is good, because I pay the guards a fortune to keep this as a whole. But for now, they're worth their wages. It seems, at least. Yeah, seems to be alright. Okay, very good. Now, you can still see the monies floating around here from what we did last time, which was building this water ride here. The Dangse Sishu. You say it like that, it already sounds very, very oriental. Anyway, what we also need to do is do the quick check for pricings, see if stuff needs the pricing adjusted. No, it even seems that this gentle tower ride is still attracting some folks here and there. Ooh, it seems that the Minimus Maximus, though, is not doing so great. Yeah, let's definitely... You know what? For only 49 an hour, we'll just make it free, basically. Because here's the thing. The guests in this park aren't as loaded as they were in the previous park. So I think it would be good to have a few very cheap rides for the guests to, to visit once they're low on cash. Now, it doesn't really help that it is next to the exit. That's not the greatest thing, but it's a start, We'll make a few more cheap rides free later on, once their popularity has dropped off, So, yeah, they can still go somewhere. Now then, having checked all the necessary things, how is the eggheads doing? We have the... Oh yeah, and so... By the way, someone a few videos back mentioned that I mispronounce the graviton always as the garvitron. Which is actually true. But, well, Ah, well, my apologies for all the years of bad pronunciation. I think it's not gonna change. But, yeah. Now, what we need to do is expand the park even further. And here's the crazy idea I had. Ooh, by the way... No, we checked that. No, here's the crazy idea I had, because we have water rides and we're, basically we allowed ourselves to build them double. How crazy would it be if we were to squeeze in a jet ski thingy over here in this area? Would we be able to do it is the big question. Actually, that's a really good question. I don't think we are able to do that. No, because here's the thing that I thought, you know, like, this is already closed off. This is easy to close off. I mean, what if we were to build like a station in such a way that we only need to close off this section and then it's done. We could try it. I think we don't have. I think we don't have the room for it. Then again, you know, currently the gears, the cogs in my head are like, you know, turning, but I don't really see the possibility. Now, I thought it would be cool. As for like, what else we're gonna do? Oh crap, that's not what I wanted to see. What we're gonna do is we are gonna build the mouse coaster, and we're gonna build it over here in this section. All that we need to do is work the path towards this bit. Which we're gonna do like this, and we're gonna build the coaster right over here in this area. Yes, that's exactly what we're gonna do. So let's get started with it. You know, let's get on with it, basically. Yeah, man, about the batteries, huh? You know, I mean, I don't believe in coincidence or fate or anything. But that is just creepy, you know. Those are the original batteries. And it's only 10 days till the month is finished. Wow. Anyway, yeah, let's get the path sorted here. So we will do something like this, and you know what? This will be the best use of this track, you know, to have it above the path there. And then we will go like this. And then, yes. Yeah, we will. This will be the new area, basically, that we're gonna have to operate. Yes, 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 yes. Just place a few benches here, game. Come on. And don't nag me with those messages I'm already aware of. All I want is to get a few benches and stuff in. Nice, and then I get some stuff out. And you will have this area, and you are not gonna mow the grass. Not mow the grass, I said. Good, okay. You will not have ratings, but there is already quite a few people waiting in line here. Also, what we're gonna do is we can't just have a ship and that's it, you know? That's not gonna happen. Especially since we have quite a few more thrill rides, and I believe that aside from the mouse coaster, we also have left to build the Garvatron and the box. So I think what we should do is add like either one of those, maybe the Garvatron because it's new. Yeah, I think that would not be a bad idea, but what we also need is the toilet facility. Because the other one's like quite far out, so it might not be a bad idea to have one all the way over here. And that we might even lure in like a bathroom award for it. Remember, you can actually get those. I don't think we'll get the bathroom award in this park, but now as for the Garvatron, let's get that out there, you know. I think the Garvatron's nice because it will fill up a good bit of this area here. It is like two thrill rides right next to each other, but you know, so long as we leave like room over here or over here somewhere for like another gentle ride, of which we have none available at the moment. No, but so long as we leave that available, that room, then I think we're good. Oh, and what we might also want to consider is, because if you look at like where the, you know, where the entrance of the path is, you know, or of the park is and where we are currently building, it might not be a bad idea to also get like an info kiosk out there. Because this is like the complete opposite of the park, pretty much. So yeah, we will also get one of those out here. Yeah, we just need to facilitate the park a little, you know. That's all. We will also just get it over there, and just for the record, you know, before we continue, how's this called? Info kiosk. You have color red, and you have color brown. Next one will be yellow. Also, wow, we have a lot of rides broken down. Now, the Oyster Cloister is a coaster, so that should be fixed relatively quickly. Restraint stuck open. That's not a problem. Just go. Sun Twist, that's definitely something. And the Rendang Japan. Yeah, that's the water ride. So those two are like broken down. Now, when did they break down? Just doing some curious. Oh, well, this is like, you know, it's like, okay, it's breakdown spree basically. Yeah. All right. So I thought for a moment there that our rides might not get fixed in time, but that seems not to be the case. So I will leave it be there, and the info kiosk. Good. Let's get the Garvatron out there. And we'll just build it on this flat area there, you know? I'm not gonna do anything fancy. Yeah, and we'll build it like this, with the entrance there, exit there, and that actually doesn't hook up. Great! That's the best placement ever! Oh man. You know, it's the 2D that's just messing me up with the track above the thing, you know. Yeah, I really thought that we were actually connected, but apparently we were not. Now, if we were to put this to Berserk mode, we need a really short queue. So what we're gonna do is we are actually going to change the entrance, and we're gonna build it there. How many can we have? 8 passengers. So a 2-tile queue is definitely the limit of what this thing can handle. There. Right, now we need to get the pricing up. Pricing, you know, damage. Let's let the money sign, you know. So for the start, we'll have it like that. And then we open it up. And we see that we call this one in Berserk mode the Harikiri? Or Hakariki? Or whatever it was called, you know. Anyway, we call this the Harikiri. And, well, ideally, I'd have like a white background with a red circle in the center. And then wings added to it. But since we cannot do that, we can at least try and get as close as possible, right? Maybe some dark red in here. Yeah, I like it, you know, we're at least close, you know, with these being so kind of like the suns, and then over here we have like, well, we don't talk about the seats. That's basically the gist of it. We just don't talk about it. Now, we will need another handyman, which, you know, at least for my feelings, I dropped him in the water. Also, you know, with the park becoming so big, I feel like we just hired Mechanic 11. But I feel like we need another one, else we're gonna run into trouble with broken down rides. Just imagine a mechanic over here getting called all the way to the Sun Twist. You know, this ride will be broken for like half an hour, if not more. Which is not what we want. Good. Now that we have this, oh, you know what we should also do, I feel? Just spice up this, you know, the, what did we name it again? What should we name it? The Dangses Shishu. Oh man, now that I've said it like that, I'll probably call it, you know, pronounce it like that every time. Which I don't mind. No, but you know, that's at least, you know, my pronunciation. Not saying anything about official or the right or wrong way to pronounce it. Oh look, we got the best staff award. Nice. That was not really the intention, but you know, I don't mind. That's actually a thing, yeah. Someone mentioned that in the comments, that that's a really good strategy to get loads of guests in the park, is to rake in the rewards. Now, I've checked those, you know, and it isn't as easy as it seems, because for the most things we qualify, you know. We'll get into it later, because right now I just want to build, come on, I want to build the coaster. And get a bit of scenery in there, you know. Just a smidge of scenery here and there. Something like that, you know. Not too much, just a little bit. No, but in terms of like the awards, you know, the criteria aren't that bad, and I feel like most of the time we are actually, you know, we pass on those, but we seem to not really get those awards as much as I want to. Now, as for like the rodent coaster, what we could do here, and I think that wouldn't be a bad idea, is make a dual coaster of it. And ideally, if we do that, you know, we have it in such a way that, well, basically we want it to be facing this direction, or, you know, I want it to go up and then, you know, from a lift and then go down straight afterwards. Because the rodent coaster, if it breaks down, the trouble always is that it gets stuck on the liftways, and that makes it crash prone. So we could start over here. That's actually, you know, that's really nice, because we have hookup possibilities on both sections. And we might be able to get them both, you know, head back through the underground. So that we would leave this open for other rides, and then only have the wooden support mesh over here, basically. And just layer it down to like height 1. And then make it go up the lift, you know. And then pray for no crashes. Now, I think you can have horizontal lifts. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna dual this one up. You know, we haven't dualed anything up yet, so that's what we're gonna do. Now, as for where this needs to live then, let's just go with this. We'll see how well this is able to hook up to anything or anywhere. As for, you know, let's start out with a design like this. Now, we can have mine trucks, 2 per car, 2 per car. These are actually trains. Uh-huh. That makes me think about this a little, cause do we want this? I think that will be much more intense. It will be better for the throughput and the capacity, but I think it will be more intense. So we're gonna stick with mice. I feel. I mean, on the other hand, the brown does look really good. But we're not gonna do it. I'm not gonna take risks, because you know what I feel about this park? All the coasters, however nice they are, or how not nice, you still ugly piece of crap that I've built. But however nice it might be, you know, what we lack is like a good grand coaster. And I'm not gonna take the risk with the mine trucks, so we're gonna stick it with cars. Or mice cars, basically. So, now in terms of money, I feel like our finances are quite healthy right now. So I don't feel like we really need to worry about that a whole lot. There. Okay, so here's the deal. Basically, as far, because I think this is like one of the first times that we start constructing a coaster like this again, you know, ever since I've came back to it. So, as far as I recall, what makes a coaster like this good is a at least a very steep drop with lots of speed, and then getting back up, and then start layering it down, twisting and curving, and then you know, get back to the station. And that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna have like one big drop, and then we're gonna layer it back down. And well, there's two ways we can go with the big drop. Ideally, of course, like this, but then we have a park border. So I think we're just gonna go 90 degrees over there, and then just get back to this area and see what we can twist out. I don't want to cover up this area too much, so I want to go into the underground, like right over here somewhere. So yeah, we'll get that working. So there we go, and down like this. Wow, how cool is this? And then up, and then height 18. I'm not sure if we'll have the speed for this, so just to be sure, we're gonna lift this. And then drop it down by 2. And now this is curtaining up the whole coaster like crazy, which I'm not a big fan of, but well, you know, if we do it, this is like the best place for our coaster to be curtained up, you know, at. That we could do it in other places in the park, but I think like this is the best place to create a curtain of supports at. And then we're just gonna go down, and now basically right now we have like all the track length that we can want, because we need to get some track length in before we can drop it down another level. Because what I think will happen is like it will lose a big deal of speed over here, barely get above this area, you know, this peak here, and then it will have some speed, and now it will have loads of speed. So what we then need to do is get some mellow curves in. Now I want to go over into this area. And ideally... Oh, this is not good. I see this red message over here, and that is definitely not a good sign. Dollar damage. Isn't that like the steel coaster? Yeah, it is actually. And mechanic 8. You are walking, but you are not heading towards the... Why is that? Oh, I see why that is. I see exactly why that is. And then what we should do is fixing Dalai damage. So there is another mechanic already on site. Right. Okay. Just checking this out. Yeah, it is. Alright. So that was just... Well, you know, I mean, those messages never get, you know, they don't get generated by the game for nothing. But I just call that an unfortunate generation of the message. If there is such a thing. But I think I fixed it by assigning the mechanic to the exit, and now it's just walking up and down. So the next time the thing breaks down, he will get the call first and just be boom, insta fix. There. Yeah, I think we got it covered right now. So then back to roller coaster construction. Which currently the thing I feel like is going still pretty fast. But we should be able to have it curve about a little. And then something like this. Now, I'm not entirely sure, you know, do we want, because what's happening currently here is that Right now, if we build another coaster, like right next to over here, we have, you know, this area for that coaster. That's all right. The thing is, if we do it like that, then we don't have any interference of the tracks with each other. And that's, you know, I mean, that's a choice, a design choice for the track. But I feel like it wouldn't be a bad thing to have at least some interference. So we'll try and see if we can work some in. And we'll do that at the next, big on height level. Which is at height, I think it should be at height 10. Because now what we can do is we can pass below the water track thingy. Look, and now we could also try and see that we get over to this area a little. And then try and see that we escape the green bog that we've ended up at. Okay. I think we'll just go straight a little bit more. I just hear the lovely Eastern music here. There. Oh, and now there's a tree in the way. Alright, be gone! Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go in the underground. Because that's like the next proper course of action. And basically now we have all the freedom to do what we want. Or so it might seem. But in reality we do not have that freedom. Because we also need to get back towards the station. So to that end, you know, let's drop it down one further. And let's just see that we return this to the station, like, rather quickly, you know. Oh, and balls. I might have moved... This is gonna look really ugly, but I'm gonna move the screen back. Because, yeah, that happened, you know. This is just hold on a second. Right, I don't think I've ever made anything so professional as this video where I'm screen resizing. Jeez, man. Anyway, like I was saying, before I accidentally clicked on the border of the screen, because, well, you know, I'm not recording it full screen, because Rollercoaster Tycoon doesn't support such fancy things. Yeah, it's in like a window thing, you know, so... Anyway, what we're gonna do is we're just gonna lift, we're just gonna construct the pieces with the lifts currently. So that if it breaks down, what we should have is the coaster still continuing to function. And that's basically what we're doing right now, is we're just trying to get it back to the station. Which so far is looking rather promising. Okay, so we actually want this to get up steep then. It seems like this is the better option. And we might even want to have this go steeper even a little bit sooner. And we might even want this like this. And this is all lifted, so in theory it should be pretty good. But I know I'm not entirely sure about how crash-proof this coaster is. But we'll see, you know. We'll see. Man, about the screen resizing there. That bothers me, you know. That is so derpy. Anyway, this is also quite a long roller coaster track, so I'm not entirely sure as like for how successful the thing will be, but we'll have to see. In terms of queue, I don't think it'll have the greatest throughput, but what we're gonna do is we're just gonna have a queue like that. Nothing too crazy, also not too short, but you know, I'm not really sure about the right time, so. We'll go with this, and I think It won't be too bad. Now, as for the settings of this one, it only took us 8 minutes to construct this one. Okay. You know, the one good thing about this coaster, I feel, is that it will be, you know, if we have like a station brake failure, because we have lifts required to get back, because it's not gonna do it on its own. I think we'll be pretty safe when it has a station brake failure. So, ooh, no, I feel like we should definitely test this coaster. And whilst it's testing, you know, we will come up with like a name. Why don't we say that we call this why don't we call why don't we call this sumais instead of sumo mice? We call this sumais. Sumice. No, that's the Italian version. This was Eastern. Dang it. Sumice. Yeah, there we are. As for the supports, you know what? Would it be bad if we mirror the black supports here and just keep this as like a black supported thing with like yellow tracks? And to keep it in style with the brown sumais. Yeah. Yeah, that will be good. Right, now, as for, you know, the safety of this coaster, of course, we need a safety mechanic. And do you have the exit in your area? You do. We need a safety handy dude, because without him, there will be so much vomit that we have slippery paths, and then they won't be safe. And last but not least, we should also have I'm not sure. Should we get an entertainer for this? I feel like if we do, we are kind of wasting our money. So let's not. Let's not have an entertainer there. But I am quite curious of the... Wow, look at the Dankse Shishu. How high the ratings are. 7.41. You know that this water ride, unless this water coaster... Yeah, that's actually grand. All right. So, but we didn't construct it. I think that, you know, of the stuff that we constructed ourselves, the Dangze Shisu is the best ride we've made. That's crazy for a water ride. You know, that's absolutely crazy. Now, you know what? Why don't you guys do some inspection of like the test ride, and I will quickly slam down. If I press the right buttons, that is. I will quickly slam down a bit of scenery here, just to you know, make it look nicer, and also secretly to get some cash for our next coaster that we're gonna have to build, of course. So there we go. And then let's see. Let's also get like a few lions out here. There, maybe like a house. Speed isn't actually that high on the thing, if I'm honest. You know, I thought it would be much higher, but it's actually not that high. Maybe I've taken too many risks with the coaster, and now it won't actually be any great. But it does make it, you know, towards the final lift. And basically this whole section is lifted. So I feel pretty safe about this coaster. So I think that we can open this one up. And also, what I did forget to check was how long is the ride time. Okay, it's 4 minutes 48, which means that we have like a crazy long queue time. So why don't we say that for 4 minutes 48, now I get my calculator thingy, because this out of my bare head, yeah, no, not gonna happen. Times 4 plus 48 divided by let's see, 9. 32 seconds. Okay, well, I think my prediction from the previous video is pretty much spot on. It needs to be 30 seconds. So that should give this an even divide, and yeah, pretty good, huh? Now, the Sumais is open. Have I increased the price? I have. So it is ready to receive its brother coaster, but that and more is all gonna happen next time when we play more Rollercoaster Tycoon.